Hi there, and welcome to the Horror on the Orient Express campaign for Call of Cthulhu 7th edition. We are going to be playing this campaign the following weeks, and today is the first episode, which will be the first part of the prologue set in London, 1893, 30 years before the main campaign. The prologue is called The Blood Red Fest. But before we begin, I wanted to remind you that if you like the content, please, you know the drill, just like, subscribe, and comment. All those things helps the channel grow, and I will be really thankful for that. And also, you can catch these games live on Twitch in my channel. You can see the link down below. We are playing on Saturdays at 8 p.m. UK time. That is GMT 0 currently. And we will be most Saturdays playing as long as we all can make it. If not, we will put some notice about it, and most likely we will change up to another game, maybe a one shot of Call of Cthulhu or something like that. But we are trying to keep the Saturdays for tabletop role playing there on the Twitch channel. And with all that out of the way, let's dive into today's session. Welcome everybody for our first episode of the Horror on the Orient Express campaign, a mega campaign for the Call of Cthulhu, one of the most famous or infamous ones. And well, I'm really excited to have you here, guys. And yeah, well, we are ready to go. So, I'm going to want for you to uh, introduce your characters first. It is 1893 London, okay? And well, I would like to for you to introduce your characters for me and for the audience. Who wants to go first?
I'll happily go first. Give me 1 second to get the character sheet on the right section. Okay, so, uh, well, my name's Oliver, and I'll be playing a character named Angus Alexander. So his full name is Angus William, or Bill for short, Alexander. Man is short at only 5'2" and slim in build. Angus is a charming and popular man. Born in Scotland, living in London. He studied anthropology when he was younger, and after retiring young from a job as a laboratory technician, he opened his own bookstore in London named Bill's Books. He doesn't drink alcohol, but he does smoke, and he loves chocolate and ice cream. He has a great love of magic and will perform tricks for anyone who will watch. He also loves to gamble. Significant people are his wife, Mary Alexander, his sons, Angus II, Malcolm, and Brian. Um, and its connection to someone that we'll be talking about later on, Professional Julius Arthur Smith, is the professor is a patron in his bookstore, Bill's Books. Angus is a family man and a God-fearing one. And yeah, that's all you need to know about Angus for now. So I hope you enjoy. I'm going to enjoy playing him.
Great.
My character is Catherine Jones. She is a socialite. She's a very high class prostitute, actually.
Hey.
Ooh.
And she's got dark hair and eyes. She's got a soft feminine face. She's very charming. She doesn't appear to have a partner, so like people around her. But she's in all these social circles. She also is the founder of M Murphy's, which is a school for unruly girls back home in Scotland, where she stays in Glasgow. She's friends with the professor, as far as people can tell, on a personal level, and yeah, that's it. She's a little bit arrogant, or a little bit like blunt for a woman of that time, but she's very like soft spoken and charming.
Yeah. Okay, great. Who's next?
Do you want me to go?
Yeah, you're more than welcome.
Okay. My character is Tony Taylor, and he is a big game hunter. He's 39. Well, he lives in London now, but he's from Manchester because I can't do any accents. And he's quite tall. He's 6'3". He is quite muscular, so his suit's a bit too tight for him. He laughs a lot. He shoots a lot of things. He has 2 guns, and his best friend in the world is his Alsatian called Beatrice.
Oh.
And yeah, and he knows Julius the Professor because he is a slight member of the Oriental Club, where he takes some of the richer members to Africa to shoot or go on safari. Kill things and possibly learn about other cultures. But yeah, that is Tony.
All right, Tony. Just a thing before we continue to Mr. Merriweather. Uh, I don't think the good professor has gone to any safaris. He has been busy the last few years touring. You know that he has been touring through the Middle East. You don't know exactly doing what, but yes, he's a good friend of yours. You have invited him several times, and he has politely declined. But he always loves to hear your tales uh, about your safaris and adventures. Okay, and you have become good friends, and yeah, you he places a lot of trust in you. And when that's said, let's go with Mr. Charles Merriweather.
All right, so Charles is an old geezer. Salt and pepper hair, somewhat manicured despite his receding hairline. If you'd seen his brother, Frederick, you might have guessed his hair loss wasn't hereditary, but rather due to years of stress. Piercing blue eyes that are both captivating yet cold. Bags under his eyes and crow's feet extending outward, likely from countless late nights spent focused on the restoration and preservation of artifacts, which have made their way across his workstation over the years. The absence of laugh lines on his face indicate it's been some time since much joy has come into his life, while a quite unruly beard sits below his expressionless mouth. Although Charles may have once stood tall and proud, he now seems to be hunched and withdrawn. His hands, still quite dexterous from practicing his trade, are seemingly strong and well taken care of, with the only clue of his age apparent in the presence of a few liver spots. Despite the obvious tolls life has taken on his body, it's his thin appearance that strikes you the most. It appears that he has not ever held a great affinity for food and may wither away at any moment. He was once married, but and has a son, but really he's just a quiet and reserved man that you probably would not know much about.
I see.
And then he knows Julius basically because he used to come to the museum that Charles works at, and struck up a conversation initially with Charles pertaining to a occult artifact that his colleague had restored before encountering an unfortunate mental breakdown. They've since conversed over many topics, and Julius kind of reminds Charles of a younger, more hopeful him.
That's great. That's great.
A nice backstory. Man.
Yeah, nice backstory. So, well, let's go first with let's go with Angus. Where are you? It's a Sunday. It's past midnight. Where is Angus?
Well, Sunday past midnight. I guess Sunday would be his one day that the bookstore isn't open. So Sunday probably spends with his family, with his wife and 3 sons. So Sunday past midnight, he'd be at home in bed.
All right. You are in bed.
Unless it's any kind of special Sunday. If it's your average Sunday, Angus is home in bed with his wife, hopefully.
All right. Perfect. Let's but first forgot to do a little thing. Let's put some music here because
Yay.
Ooh, creepy.
no, normal music for now. Not
Oh,
no, not that creepy for now. Okay. Yeah. Well, you hear you wake up to banging on your door, on the door of your house, Angus. What do
Well,
you do?
I wake up and run to the door.
All right. Well, Angus, you open the door and there is a little street urchin standing there, and he says, "I got a message for you, sir." And he hands you a piece of paper.
I'll take the piece of paper and say, "Who are you? Who's this message from?"
I don't know. Just pay me to deliver it to you, sir.
Okay, I'll take the message, put it in my pocket. Good evening to you, and close
Yeah.
the door behind them.
Okay. Yeah. You take a look to the piece of
Yep,
paper.
I'll have a look at it.
Well, you see this, and you recognize the seal. You know from your good friend, Professor Julius Arthur Smith. I'm going to show it to you here on the screen.
Hang on 1 second.
Do you see it there?
Yes.
All right.
Message
Let me
from
show it
Professor Smith.
for the audience. You have this message. You can even imagine the voice of the professor behind it. It says, "I'm at 5 Torward Street, Whitechapel. For God's sakes, come. Bring a gun. Julius Smith." Now, Angus. Well, let's. Why it is that you think the good Professor Smith has called for your aid? Why are you such a good friend of the professor?
Me? Well, I wouldn't say we're good friends. I am an acquaintance of his. He's a customer of my bookstore. But ever since I've been in business, he's been quite interested in my books, especially anything to do with certain things that I'm into as well. So we've come to know each other through talking about certain literary subjects that we're both interested in. I suppose we've become friends through shared interests.
Okay, yeah, yeah, you're a good friend of the professor. You have talked about
But
many
I wouldn't
topics.
say good friends. I'd say we're friends.
Yeah,
We
friend,
know
but
each other well,
well,
now, but
maybe the professor doesn't have that many friends yet. But the thing is, he sent a message for you. Yeah, it has his signature.
sorry, Leo, can you pop it up on screen one more time because I took it away.
Oh, sorry.
You should
No,
be
no,
in the
it's my
little
bad.
click on it.
You should have it on your journal.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
actually.
it should be in the sheet.
Yes. it's
I on the
under.
rabbit foot for ages. I
Oh,
thought I was
I
getting rid of
let me.
It's not
Oh,
opening. I think because I
let me-
closed it. Could you pull it on screen one more time, Leo?
Yeah, no
That's
problem,
my
no problem,
bad.
no problem there, dude. Let me. I just realized that I didn't change the name of the folder from the previous Spanish campaign. So now. Oh, what did I do now? Oh well, I will fix it later. Let's pop this again.
If you could, yeah.
Show to players. You got it?
I don't see it actually. Nah, because I closed it already. If you could just read it out then, never mind, man. Because I've already closed it, it's not opening again. If you could just read it one more time.
Yeah, but if I
Sorry.
click show to players again, it doesn't pop out for you again.
I think problem at my end. Don't worry about it. Just read what the note says again.
Well, but
Sorry.
yeah. All right, and well, uh, let's. What are you going to do, Angus?
Well, could you read the note again, please? Sorry, because I had
Yeah,
it up on screen. I was going to read it, and I just closed it.
no
It's my bad.
problem, no problem,
Oh,
my
it's
man.
okay. Here it is. Here it is. Thank you, Kate. So, I'm at 5 Darward Street, Whitechapel. For God's sake, come. Bring a gun. Julius Smith. Right, so I got a note and it says, I am at 5 Darward Street, Whitechapel. For God's sake, come. Bring a gun. Julius Smith. Right, okay. Where am I going to find a gun? Where's Angus?
Well,
finding
that's
a gun?
different. I don't know. Do you have a gun, Angus, in your house? You are not a.
Wouldn't say so.
Okay.
Wouldn't say so. No.
Well, but are you still going to go for?
I'm still going to go. But I don't have a gun.
All right. All right. Okay, let's leave you there for a minute. You make your way to that address, and let's go with Catherine. Catherine, where are you this Sunday past midnight?
Do so? Do I have to be in London?
Yes, you are in London.
Okay. I would be at a hotel in London then because I don't stay here all the time.
Okay, you are visiting. I think we
I'm
spoke.
I'm down on business and some visiting with one of the girls from the school. We're going to some meetings.
All right, and well, you get a knock on your door, past midnight, and it's the what are you going to do?
I would grab something in the hotel room. There'd probably be like a big ashtray or something, and hold it, and then open the door.
Okay, you see there a little street urchin, and he hands you a paper, a message in a paper.
What is the meaning of this?
I don't know, ma'am. They just paid me to deliver it for you.
Okay. I would toss him a penny or a coin or whatever, and then close the door.
All right. The boy just smiles and grabs the tip, and he goes away. The message is the same, Catherine.
Yeah.
Exactly the same message with the signet from Professor Julius Smith. Okay, it says, "I'm at 5 Dorward Street, Whitechapel. For God's sake, come, bring a gun, Julius Smith." So
Shit.
you, Catherine, you know Professor Smith. What do you think he will have sent you this message for calling for help?
Maybe because he's one of the few people that knows that I'm actually a prostitute, so he probably thinks that I would be able to get in touch with some people who would be able to get me a gun and help him.
Okay, and well, what will you do, Catherine?
I would start wondering if I had any acquaintances in London who would be able to get me a gun. I'd be able to buy it.
Okay. I'm pretty sure you will.
Okay.
This hour of the night, a bit difficult.
Yeah,
That's
I probably wait till tomorrow. I would go and like check the door, double look it, and wait till the morning.
yeah, but the message is urgent, Catherine.
I don't
He's
know, but I know this is urgent, but like, what can I do just now? It's after midnight.
of course, but well, Professor Smith, who you have in great esteem, needs help now. He's like he's saying he's giving you his address
Okay.
because well, he does not live there. Okay, he's just saying to you that he is at Dorwell Street in Whitechapel. He does not live there. You know, he lives in his St. John's townhouse, not
Yeah.
in Whitechapel. So also you know that that's a low end. It's like a slum at the
Oh,
east
is it a
end.
rough place anyway? Okay.
So
Uh, well then I would probably just go to the front, the concierge, and ask them to book me a like a horse person to take me there.
okay, you are going to go. You don't have a gun
Yeah.
now, but well, you know the
Now they were
professor. But
telling me
I
that
mean,
there.
if he's, you know the professor, if he is asking you for help, or it's
It's
because
yeah.
he needs something. He's not in his house. He's uh, somewhere in Whitechapel,
Yeah.
doing God knows what. Maybe he needs help. He has been mugged.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay. I would tell the girl who's in my room to stay there, and I would tell her where I was going, but that just to wait for me here.
Okay, she says to you, yes, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah. She would do as she was told. Uh, Bad or
All right, let's go then with Mr. Charles Merriweather. What it's the old geezer doing Sunday past midnight?
He's definitely sleeping.
Well, then
Been there for 6 hours.
your sleep is disturbed by a knock on your door past midnight.
Who's there? I'll
Well-
go up to the door and open it.
Yeah, but it's the same scene as before. Another street urchin hands you a piece of paper, and you pick it up. Well, it's the same message as before.
Ah, that kid's gone poking his nose into stuff he shouldn't have again. And I guess I don't have a gun or anything, and I'm pretty old, so there's not much that I can really do or arm myself with, so I'll just start heading that way.
Well, you know, again, you know that that Dorwell Street is it's a slum in the East End. In fact, a fun fact that most Londoners know, at the south end of that street, 5 years ago, was found the first victim of Jack the Ripper. So it's not a pretty place to be past midnight. So Professor Smith is asking for help in that address. Probably he's saying that because he knows it's a dangerous place for people, for well-to-do people. So that might be it. But what are you going to do?
I'm just gonna head that way. I mean, at my age, I probably don't have
What,
very
what,
much
age, what age is he? What age is he,
concern.
bro?
67.
Nice. My guy's 50. I'm not young, like.
Well,
I'll just-
the
yeah.
old geese are just. I suppose that it will be, as you said, you look to Professor Smith as a younger self, um, someone who maybe who could you could have been maybe, but you have taken a liking to the young lad, so he seems to be in trouble. and not in a pretty place. So, well, you don't have a gun, but do you go anyway to help the young lad?
Yeah, I'll put on a light jacket and start cruising down that way.
All right, and let's go with the only guy that seems to have a gun. Actually, well, Tony, it's the same scene. Where are you? Past midnight this Sunday.
Oh, yeah, Tony's doing what he always does. He's taking Beatrice, the Alsatian, for a walk on the Thames so she can have a piddle for bedtime.
All right. Well, it's the same. You get a message too. You get the same message from Professor Julius Smith, and it's the same. I'm at 5 Stowell Street, Whitechapel. For God's sake, come, bring a gun.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit similar. I'll flip him a penny for the message, but I'm gonna say, what did the gentleman look like that gave you this message?
I don't know, just like most gentlemen look. He had a mustache and, well, he was well dressed. I don't know, sir. I just get paid to deliver messages.
Okay. I'm gonna flip him another penny and say maybe would he call the Bobbies to the same address at 6 a.m. because the message says 5 o'clock, right?
No, it's he's at no. There's no. It says it's at 5 Dorwell at number 5 Dorwell Street.
Oh, okay. So sorry, I thought you said a.m. Okay, I won't give him the extra penny. No, that's fine. I will look at my guns because I have 2, and yeah, start making my way with Beatrice to the address.
I've got another 2 of you.
No,
all right.
just
yeah,
just my 2 guns.
All right. No. Okay. Well, yeah. Then the collection of you arrive slightly at the same time. No, it's not exactly. Maybe not at the same time, but you start to arrive to this place. And well, each of you see the others arrive. You don't know each other, but every one of you can see Professor Julius Smith standing there on Dorwell Street. Again, as I told you, yes, Whitechapel is a slum area in the East End of London. And yes, it's potentially dangerous for middle class people and people, of certain social status. You don't. Well, it's like you are not rich or anything. You are almost poor, but you still don't belong here, right? It's a infamous neighborhood around here, especially if you look somewhat respectable, well dressed. Well, Dorwell Street is a narrow and poorly lit street with several ramshackle buildings about. You can see a horse slaughter business down the street. At the other end, you see a boarding school for the poor. Well, as I said, to the south end of this street, 5 years ago, Jack the Ripper's first victim was found. So it's a pretty infamous place. And well, outside you arrive at number 5, Dorwell Street, and yes, you see Professor Smith. He's pacing agitatedly, down, up and down, like waiting. And he sees the 4 of you arrive. You see each other too in between you. You don't know again between each other, but you know Professor Smith, and he seems really overjoyed to see you guys. And he says, "Oh, thank you, gentlemen. Catherine, So I'm sorry. I didn't know who I could call. I sent messages to everyone I could think of. Could help me in this situation. Uh, did you come armed, my friends?
I couldn't get a gun at this short notice. I definitely know someone here who would have one, but what I thought was more important. I got here. What's happened? What's going on?
Armed's not something that I was able to be, but I'm here.
Oh, well. I'm just thankful that you are here. I just say that because well, this could take a potentially dangerous turn, my friends.
Who are these people?
I'm
Yes,
sorry.
sir.
I'm sorry. You don't know each other because but let me introduce yourself. He goes ahead. Well, he introduces you, each of you, one of you, to each other. So in fact, you may introduce yourself to the rest of the people.
Well, Angus would happily take the lead and introduce himself first. Then, people, I'm Angus. I'm a friend of the professor here. He's a customer in my bookstore. I own Bill's books on. Now I've got written in Discord where in London it is, but I'm not going to change screens because it'll move around all my cameras. But a certain part of London, Andy suggested earlier on. I own a bookstore there. Who are all you people? What are we doing here?
My name's Catherine. I'm a good friend of the professor's. He's a good friend of mine. I help run and founded Maggie Murphy's, which is a school in Glasgow. Not massively important just now, but
Angus will hear the Scottish accent and hear her mention Glasgow and smile at that because he's from Edinburgh himself and he's a Scotsman himself living here in London. So, another Scot here. Okay.
I'm here on business for a few days, but I got the professor's message.
Yeah. The professor Smith says, yes. I'm sorry, Catherine. I'm really. I really didn't want to drag into this. I know, but I didn't know who could I call or who would come at this time of the night. And
Always come.
Sorry, Mr. Merriweather. I'm really sorry to have bothered you this late at night because Professor Smith, the Professor Smith at this era, is a young man, and you are an old man who he seems to have a lot of respect for you, Charles, and he looks at you apologetically and I'm really sorry, Mr. Merriweather. I didn't know. I just called for help for everyone. I thought maybe everyone I thought I could trust, and I'm very sorry to have disturbed your sleep, sir.
That's all right.
Yeah, Tony, I knew I could count on you. I don't know who else I would like to be here at this time, my friend. I hope we don't need your expertise here tonight, Anthony. But again, I see you brought Beatrice with you. Well, why is
Beatrice able to lick his face to cheer him up?
Yeah, okay. Well, he knows Beatrice, so yeah, she licks his face. Good girl. Okay. Well, I suppose the more the merrier, I guess. Well, I'm going to explain you briefly, in brief, what happened. Okay, but let's go inside first. And he goes into this building, this number 5 at Dorwell Street, and professor goes near to this who seems to be the landlady, and he has a whispered conversation with her. Okay, while you wait, and he presses money into the hand of this woman. and he
Quick
says,
description of this woman. What does she look like? What's her ethnicity? A little British woman, is she an English woman?
"What? Sorry, what's that? What's that?"
What does this woman look like? Is she just a
No,
little?
she looks like a regular landlady. She's a middle-aged woman, not very well, you know, uh, dressed, like in this heavy hair a bit. Well, and she also has like these rolls on her head. She looks like she was just
The rolls,
yeah, yeah. She just woke up in the middle of the
Does it
night.
look like? One more question. Does it look like a big pile of money he's pushing in her hand?
No, it's not a big pile of money. It's just a couple of notes only.
Okay.
Okay,
I'll be wrong.
and he motions at you and says, "Come, friends, let's go upstairs, here, inside." And well, do you if you follow the professor, I'm assuming you do. Uh, he he heads upstairs. The soft rotten boards creak with every step you take upstairs, and at the top of the stairs, a little room in semi-darkness stands. There's a fearful and horrible stench coming from it. It's like old fish with offal and
Ew.
ancient cordwood vomit.
Ew.
And
Nice.
I hope you guys haven't eaten recently.
I'll be holding Beatrice because I think she'd be excited by all these smells.
I'm not.
So
in-
Well,
trying
yeah,
to get
Beatrice
her
is-
dinner.
well deep in the snacks.
Yeah, in fact, Beatrice starts barking. Okay. She looks wary, like alert. Your dog.
Follow the professor. I'll not be getting ahead of him or anything, eh?
Yeah,
I know what's going on here, Professor. What
Okay,
is
I
it's
will.
this?
people.
I will explain, my friends. I will explain.
Oh.
Let's go. Well, you enter this little dark, semi-dark room, and there's this sinister tableau lit by just two candles in wooden candlesticks. There you see a wasted man in a small sagging bed,
Ew.
and you see a black cloaked figure besides him. There are scraps of food and discarded notes and trash everywhere. It looks like someone has been here for a while.
And this is-
There is a very bad lighting, so you can make out exactly what these papers or discarded notes are now. This horrid stench seems to emanate from this man on the bed.
This man's dead, yeah.
No, he's alive.
No.
This man looks ancient. He's withered, and
Ancient,
he
like
seems
over 90 years old.
well. Yes, you if someone asks you his age, you will say he's a very old man. He's withered and he looks near death. He's
Still
naked.
alive.
He's naked for except for some stained small clothes, and curiously, he's wearing a fez in his head.
What color is it, Leo?
Hmm?
What color is the face, Leo?
It's red, of course.
Okay.
And well, the clothed figure just takes back his hood, and he's an old man, well dressed, and he says, "Hello, I'm Doctor Niels Hobbs. Who are you people? Oh, they come with you, Smith. Oh, okay. Well, as I said before, this man is in a very, very bad shape. We need to make certain he's not contagious, and that we can move him to a hospital because this man has not long to live. I will say. And then Smith comes forward and says, "Oh, okay, my friends, I'm very sorry to drag you into this, but I didn't know who else I could call. But let me start at the beginning. 4 days ago, well, this is from Mrs. Green, the charming lady you saw downstairs. She told me this information, and 4 days ago, this man here was brought by a, a gentleman, a silver-haired gentleman dressed in a top hat, and he came and offered a lot of money for this room. Okay, and well, he and some men took this poor boy here to this place, and well, they spent the couple of nights here, and the tenants reported screaming and weird sounds all the time. Well, Mrs. Graham says that, well, she complained to this man, and well, he just paid more money to her to keep her shut and don't say anything about the noises and all the trouble caused. But by the third night, the tenants reported even strange shadows and thumping, shrieking, and the situation. But by the fourth night, tonight, the things became untenable, and the tenants just called the police and wanted this man gone. Mrs. Grimm says that, well, the man just that paid her said that this was his brother, who is a recovering addict. They are, curing him, and they need a discreet place for him to be while he was disintoxicated. And well, he apologizes for all the noise and stuff, but Mrs. Grimm says that this is no natural thing. The noises, the screams were not from this world. Anyway, well, the police was called, and well, this man and his thugs left the place. They are nowhere around. But make no mistake, my friends, these people in Fesses are not good people. Do not hesitate to defend yourselves if we encounter them. As for this boy, because he's a boy. I mean, I think I know. I think I know who he is. I think he's Matthew. He's a student of a college of mine from Constantinople. But anyway, that doesn't matter now. The thing is, I need help to move this man and guard him against any assailants we may encounter when we move him. These people seems to have been scared by the police. And in fact, the police came and took a look at this poor man, and well, they called Dr. Hobbs, who is a police medical examiner. And the police said that there is no crime. This is just a deceased man that needs to be hospitalized, and they just left. But I don't know, my friends. I'm not comfortable leaving this man unprotected. And well, Dr. Hobbs here says that we need to check, be certain he's not contagious, and move him out of here. Well, that's why I call you.
Well, one of the first things my character, Angus Alexander, is going to do then is definitely wrap something around his mouth, because he's just retired from being time out. No, time back in, cam's back on.
Okay.
So he's just retired from being laboratory technician. So he's very aware of contagion, and I'm gonna have wrap something round my face. First of all, that's the first thing I'm doing.
Okay, okay. Anyway, Dr. Hobbs says he's not sure if he's contagious. Doesn't seem anything he knows to be contagious, but it's better to be, careful with this man. Um, Dr. Hobbs chimes in and says, I don't know what's wrong with this man. It's clear that he's near death. He's dying, but I don't know what happened. What happened? What's happening to him? In fact, there is a very curious thing. This hat he's wearing, I don't I don't seem to be able to remove it. It seems to be stuck in his head.
Yes.
Uh, uh, well, if you see here, he points with a pen at the head of the poor man. Well, if you see here, the face of this hat seems to be affixed to the head of this poor man. Who knows what barbaric acts he was subjected to? But you can see. He points with the pen. You can see as the flesh is started to grow into the rim of the hat, and well, I don't think I can remove this without surgical means, and that has to be done in a hospital. Uh, really?
I am.
Yes. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
I-
Bartholomew.
I don't want to get too close to the guy because for obvious reasons. But I want to have like a look around the room to see if there's anything, like anything that would give us an idea as to what was going on or why the hat was stuck in it. I just want to have a look round, to be honest.
And I should just that, Leo. I've got a very low skill, but I've got something. Could I make a medicine check, see if I can tell what's going on here?
Yeah, of course. If anyone of you can do
Oh, yeah.
medicine checks,
Oh,
let's see those rolls.
I've got a
I
shit.
fail.
I've got shit biology, but I'm going to try it.
Oh, I don't have the right screen up.
So
Let's
Charles would be out in the hallway, kind of, with a handkerchief over his.
Yes,
nose
the
and mouth.
stench is unbearable, really.
Yeah, I heard contagious, and that was probably all I heard with my poor hearing. So that was enough to keep me kind of at bay.
All right, medicine. Okay, I don't know, Alexander. Of course, you don't have any idea of what's wrong with this dude.
I've got quite high first aid, but I don't, like I say, I only want to get as close as is really necessary. I would have pulled a hanky out, like, over my face.
Okay,
Oh,
you're
Feels
yeah,
that
well,
way.
first aid, first.
rolls, guys.
Yeah, that's a
we're
good
so
roll,
close.
Tony. But don't waste any luck. Don't waste any luck for now.
Nobody only knows about animal biology, so he's a bit confused.
Okay. Don't use your luck for this. That you don't know
Do you
exactly
wanna
what. But it seems to you it seems like the doctor's assessment is quite. It makes sense, and yes, if any of you are near him when he points out to this hat, this face, and the head of the man, yes, you can appreciate the flesh growing up to the rim of the hat. Okay.
Just gonna see.
Also, any of okay. Let me go with Kate. You wanted to look around. The place is very poorly lit. Okay, you don't see anything of importance right now. You see a lot of papers discarded about, food leftovers, like people have been living here for a few days, just eating and just discarding the leftovers about the papers, little wraps of food around. Okay, and yes. Anyone is near this man? And you all keep a healthy distance.
Yes.
Definitely. I just want to say, would you like to roll something to see if we're all cursed for this campaign, or is it just the three of us?
Okay. Yes. Okay. You keep a healthy distance from this man. Well, I know Mr. Merriweather said he was outside the room, just holding a handkerchief to his nose, and Tony and Beatrice, where are you? Where are you at this moment? Are you inside the room?
Yeah, because we would have been trying to use the biology thing to like look at it
Yes,
a bit, so we'd be,
so
be
you
in the
are-
room. Yeah.
Well, yeah, the three of you are inside the room, but keep a
Mm.
distance from this man. It's not
Yeah.
anyway. There is not much distance to be kept anyway because it's a really small room. But Beatrice is agitated. She begins to bark. She's alert. She's looking everywhere. And the Dr. Hobbs, he's examining this man, and he says, "Huh, this is strange. Any of you hear something? I could swear I'm hearing something near this man. It's like a low hum." Ah.
I don't
Oh.
think that you should be that
We hear
close to
something?
him.
Do we
Oh,
hear anything?
I understand, madam. I understand, but it's my duty to examine this poor man. What's this? Oh, oh, oh! He looks like he has heard something horrible. You don't know what's happening to this man. Like he just seems to have heard something horrible, but he just flinches and says, "How is that possible?" Suddenly, this poor man, this wasted man, he suddenly utters like a tortured shriek, and his body heaves suddenly, gives a horrid death rattle, and he dies.
Oh, nice.
And
The guy with the hat on, yeah.
yes, and the doctor just takes a step back and says, "Oh, this is not from this world."
What is it
This
from this
instant,
world?
the instant that this man dies, he stops breathing. The fez that was on top of his head falls off and rolls about in the room.
Like rolls or rolls about?
Rolls about like he just no, he doesn't roll on his own. He falls and rolls a bit into
Okay.
the ground, and he's it's just
What-
laying there.
What does the guy's skin look like when it was kind of grafted into his skin, the hat?
Well, you see this little circle around his forehead and his whole head, and yes, like a mark, just across where the rim of the hat was. You see this line in his head.
It looks like so red, this line, like it's been actually like physically getting itself into his skin.
Yes, it's a ring of raw flesh there.
Nice.
And then Dr. Hobbs leans toward the man, and he says and checks him for vitals. And he says, "No, this poor man has just died." And then the candles blow out like a sudden gust of breeze through the window blows the candles, and the room is plunged in darkness. You hear a shriek. Dr. Hobbs screams. you see this man spring to life and grab him and bite his face off. This dead man now just
Oh,
turns
my next
around,
question.
turns around. His head begins to deform, to elongate. This the top of the skull, where the face was, begins to elongate, to grow upwards, and with it, the face, the skin of his face begins to stretch, and his gum, you see his gums and his teeth has turned like sharp fangs, and then uh, his hand seems to be clawed now, and he opens his mouth to an enormous size, and a huge tongue falls, and the tongue ends in several tips. This horrid monster just has bitten off the face of poor Dr. Hobbs, who is dead now. I'm going to show you a little picture so you have a little idea what's going on now. And, well, yeah, this is it. Let's put this for the audience too.
Ew.
Now, that's it's in front of you.
Lovely.
And of course,
And it's got a hold of the professor. did you
yeah,
say?
well, the Professor Smith is just like his eyes are wide open and he screams, and of course, just like he did, you are going to roll for sanity.
Okay.
And of course, that we are going
You
now
say,
to put
after that.
creepy music.
Well, that wasn't creepy music. What are you on
Oh,
about?
That's the
feels-
that's the mystery music. That's different.
It's just different. This is
Sanity.
Uh,
Come on.
Oh yes, Tony's fine.
Nice, Tony.
I failed.
okay.
And next,
Charles.
Charles.
Well, Charles.
Oh, Catherine with
If
the
you
fail.
roll, I'm supposing that you heard the noise and just peeked inside the room and saw this.
Yeah, I probably
Thing.
would have been like, what's going on in there? Kinda
What's all
like,
the
look.
what's all that noise? And Catherine, roll 1d8.
Oh, 1d8. What the fuck?
Oh,
Fuck,
you're right in the
Oh
Hey.
boy, we're starting. Oh, we're starting good.
Fuck.
So,
Oh,
This
damn
is
it.
gonna start
Catherine.
off right at the start.
you lose 7
I've
points
only
of
got
sanity.
25 sanity points.
Ooh.
25?
I know, yes.
Oh
I've seen
boy.
some bad things in
Have,
life.
have you
Leo.
already have you already thought of your next character? Just saying. Maybe the girl in the
That is
hotel.
so right.
Well, Catherine,
Oh, man.
roll for intelligence.
Do I just actually roll intelligence? Right.
Yes, and
Oh,
it says
of
yes.
No,
course.
this is when you don't want to
Yes,
succeed.
you comprehend the what you have just seen. Your mind understand the horror that is before you, and Catherine, you just can't help but feel like you have to go to run away. You cannot be here. You just have to be out of here now. Please roll 1d10 and let's see how many rounds are you going to be running away.
Well,
3 rounds.
thank
You
God.
just have to be out of here. You don't care how, where, who you have to step into, but you have to get out of here. And let's go for initiative now. Let's go with the initiative orders. Let me pop this dude here with monsters and entities.
Oh, God.
All right, and let's see. Well, at least he's slowed. Okay, so Tony, You are the first to
Leo,
react.
do
Oh,
I-
and the
'cause I've
dog.
got guns-
Let's say
'cause I've got guns. Do I go any faster? I guess not. That it makes any difference.
no, you are the fastest one.
Okay.
You're- okay.
Okay,
So,
yeah, that's fine.
I don't know what's I don't have stats for Beatrice, but
Oh no,
Let's-
I said she's more
well,
powerful
in
and you
fact-
don't-
1d20 damage.
in,
It
fa-
was-
Stats.
in fact,
Sorry.
Beatrice, she is just scared. She just gets back in the corner of the room, barking at this thing, but he doesn't go near it, anywhere near it.
Mm.
And okay, it's your turn, Tony. I suppose you brought your pistol.
Both my guns. I've got both my guns.
Yeah. So did you bring a handgun and a rifle just about in
Yeah.
the city? As just
Yeah, he's a big game hunter. He's just constantly looking like that's his job. He advertises.
okay. I'm going to rule that yes, you brought the rifle and maybe you thought, okay, the professor needed help. If the
Yeah,
if the
so
Bobbies just same anything, I'm a big game hunter and this man was in danger. I needed to help him. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's go ahead and you have your rifle. Well,
Okay.
you sling you take your rifle from behind your back, and well, what
Yeah.
are you going to do?
I'm gonna just blast the thing in the face with the big tongue. Because Leo, remember, I still remember what he did to my character with the last big tongue. So I'm not taking any no more of this. I'm just gonna shoot it in the face.
No, yeah,
That's what's
this one this one it's different.
He...
He
I'm gonna shooting it as much as I can with this rifle thing.
all right. You take
Oh.
aim and shoot, and you hit it squarely in the. You hit him squarely in the head. But the bullet just goes in and out, and you made a hole into the thing, but he is he doesn't seem to flinch. It's looked like you just made a hole in him, nothing more.
Oh, great.
And he stands, he steps back a bit. Okay, okay, your rifle is empty now. If you want to
Okay, the
shoot it
rifle,
again,
yeah.
you need to spend a one round reloading it.
Okay, that's fine.
Let's go now with Angus. What do you do? This
Well,
this
I'm-
thing.
I do not have a gun or the will to shoot things. I am going to get behind Mr. Has a gun and close to
Two
the door.
guns.
No, I'm going to get behind Mr. Has guns
Okay.
and close to the door.
Okay, okay, you close the door. Now it's okay, Catherine. Catherine, it's your turn, but the door is closed. You have to
Okay.
get out of here.
Yeah. Am I still just running about mad? For 3 rounds.
Yes, you only can get as far as you can from this place. That's the only thing you can do.
I'll just be okay. That's fine. I wouldn't run away. I don't think I'd just be running around.
Okay, you
Like-
open the door back. You open the door again and run away. Mr. Merriweather, you see this fine lady you just met. Open. You see first the door closing, then it opens again, and you see this fine lady you just met running, screaming away from this place down the hall and down the stairs. And now it's Mr. Merriweather's time to act.
What in God's name is going on in there?
Well, you did see this monster, this dead.
I know, but I didn't hear half of the damn conversation. I'm gonna start running following behind Catherine.
All right, Professor, you run away. And yes, now it's this horrible creature time to act. And he throws himself to Tony, who has just shot him. And he claws at you. Are you going to dodge or are you going to riposte?
I'm gonna riposte, I think.
Okay, that's a brawl check. You have to. You have.
Oh, my brawl shit, but
You still
okay.
you can dodge if you want. You need. You don't need to win.
She said, can you not shoot it?
No, I'm not on this one. I can't. Fuck it. I'll just brawl. I'm reasonably strong.
Yeah.
Remember that
Go on.
it has nothing to do with strengths. It's brawl. You need
I
to.
know.
You will need to have a bigger success than he to be able to
Fuck it,
riposte.
My dodge is better slightly. I'm gonna have to dodge, so I'll be dodging out of the way of Angus.
Also,
Sorry,
remember
Angus.
to dodge, you only have to match his success. You don't have to
Yeah.
be better.
It's more
So
easier.
you dodge. All right, that's good.
Come
And he
on,
claws and he fails. He
Come on.
jumps at you with his claws, and you just duck out of the way, leaving poor Angus uncovered.
No!
Get a gun.
Now, back from the top, Tony is again. It is again your turn. It's your time to act.
Oh, Tony, I can't do anything right because I dodged. Can I just?
No, you
move?
can. You can act normal.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Can I shoot and then move back
Okay.
out the door? I'm
Yes.
gonna shoot it again, but I'll
Yes,
do that.
you
then.
can. Also, remember you have a bonus die because
Okay.
of the close quarters situation. You are in point blank range. Well, you are
Okay,
going to
let
shoot
me
your handgun, right?
Yeah, my handgun this time. Yeah.
Are you shooting one? Are you shooting single shot or semi-automatic fire?
No, I'm just gonna do one shot because I want to try and get out the room.
All right. It doesn't make a difference,
Oh,
but
Tony.
still.
Oh,
Oh,
but
that's-
you said I get a bonus dice, right?
Yes, you have a bonus die.
So it might make a difference.
Yes,
Come
it makes a
on.
difference. You shoot
Okay.
at it again, and you hit him in the chest. Again, the bullet goes in and out the back of this creature, leaving a hole into it. But he doesn't seem to flinch. It's like you are poking holes in a sack of grain or something.
He's taken a lot of damage and not done anything.
It's a recurring theme with you, Leo. When we shoot things, it doesn't really do much.
I know.
Yes,
It
it's
goes to
basically
the-
like what you appreciate is that you're making, yes, you're hurting it, but you are just making tiny holes into him. He doesn't seem to be affected. He doesn't seem to be. If he has internal organs, he doesn't seem to be affected by the holes you're making in it. And he steps a bit back and just stares at you with his hatred-filled eyes.
Can I just ask a question? Is the thing with the tongue got the hat on now?
No,
Or is the hat on the floor?
The hat's still
no,
on
the
the
hat's still
floor.
on the floor.
Okay.
What you
Okay,
saw in
okay,
his
just
head is
checking.
just with the place where the hat was. It just elongated, just
Okay.
up, and stretched his whole skin back. Now,
Okay. I'm walking away.
yes,
now.
you walk back to the door. You step outside the hallway. Okay, Professor, and Meriwether sees again this hunter guy that you saw a while ago with a rifle in his back and all confident. He's turning tail and running with his handgun in its hand. Okay, so now Angus, it's your turn now.
So Angus is just going to creep further towards the door, get the door open, and get himself mostly through it.
The door
But
is
just
open
like-
already.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so I'm just going to hang outside the door, but still looking inside to see what's going on. And if you don't mind, can we take our halftime break now so that I can get the shot before 10 o'clock?
Yes, let's take a little break now. It's the middle of the combat, but
Before
let's,
you're ready
Oh,
to die.
I know it's right in the middle of the combat, but I have to go to the shop before 10 o'clock.
no problem,
Yeah,
no problem.
worries.
Let's take a
Mind if
little
we take
5-minute
half-time?
break, okay? All right.
fine.
Well, we are back then. We were at Angus just made his move, so now it's time for Mr. Merryweather to act.
But I didn't attack
No,
it, folks.
sorry. Well, Catherine, well, you have to run away. In fact, you are now in the ground floor, but you need to get out of this building. So you run away. You run away, screaming out of this building number 5 on Dorward Street. You run down this dingy, ramshackle, poorly lit street, screaming your lungs at the top of your lungs.
Let's get out of there. Said, let's get out
I know
of there.
everybody as well. They'd be like, "What? Oh my god! Oh my god!
All
it's
right,
terrible! It's terrible!"
and then it's now it's time to Mr. Merryweather to act.
I'm still hobbling out like as fast as I can go.
Okay, you as fast as you can go. Yes,
And
you.
I'm just gonna be screaming, "God damn it!" No!
What in God's name is this? Well, you run down the stairs. Well, as you can. Well, you run, but yes, you make it to the ground floor. You see Mrs. Grimm like standing there in her threshold, looking at you, and says, "What's happening up there? I just
Mrs.
saw
Green's
a
got
woman
landlady.
screaming."
Mrs. Green's the little landlady that he gave money to when he went in.
Yes, she's downstairs now. So Mr. Merryweather just sees her, and she says like what's going on up there? I just saw the woman screaming and running out of here. What's happening?
I don't know. Let's go.
Yes.
Grab her by
They
the
just
hand
run-
and try and pull her out with me.
And she stares at you like, and some of the tenants are beginning to pop their heads out their doors, like curiously looking, seeing, to see what's happening. And let's go with this terrible, hideous creature who only Tony and Angus are there with it. And since Tony just shot
Only
it
Tony
again,
in a minute.
he again jumps at you with his claws. Tony, are you going to dodge or are you going to riposte?
Yeah, I'm gonna dodge again.
All right, there we go. He has a success.
Oh, okay.
Come on,
Hold on.
Tony.
Skills.
Oh, his brain. I don't like the look of that.
Oh, Tony.
Tony.
Oh no!
You tried to duck
He didn't
this
do
time.
This time.
You try to
Eight luck
duck
points
out
on that, Tony.
again, but
I've not
you,
got much luck though.
but he jumps at you and claws at you, and he makes a nasty gash across your chest. Not very deep,
Okay.
but it tore out your clothes and makes some damage to your chest. A very nasty
Okay.
scratch into your chest. What's
Okay.
your HP, maximum HP?
Get out of
Yeah,
there, Tony.
it's 13.
All right, just it's not a mortal wound. So okay. Now, back to the top. Tony, it is your time to act.
Tony, get out of there, mate. Get out of there, mate.
How many points of damage do I take, Leo, for the thing
Four.
attacking me?
Sorry, 4.
No, it's cool. It's cool. Tony's fine. Hold on.
Get out of there, Tony!
Stop trying to get
Get
me
out
killed.
of there! No, get out of there!
I'm like
serious.
basically in the doorway. I'm gonna be like shouting at Beatrice, and we're just gonna run. like really
Yeah,
fast.
mate. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Possibly
Yeah,
in my,
we're going to die.
possibly in my head, I'm guessing that Mr. Merryweather's still really hobbling along, so I kind of want to just grab the geezer and run with him, like if I can do that.
Okay, and Beatrice runs after. When the dog sees you fleeing, she begins to flee with you. She follows you. And yes, you run past Mr. Merryweather. he's, he's
Come
in
on,
the,
come on, geezer.
I've
I'll
taken
grab
3
him.
turns to get here.
and
Oh boy.
yes, again, the landlady and the people is starting to gather into the hallway, and upstairs you hear sorry, Professor Smith has just run away. Like he at the start of when this creature just turned it into this monster, he screamed at the top of his lungs and started to run away just like Catherine. Okay. And okay.
Catherine's got the right idea. What I say.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Tony, you start running. You realize that this creature is not like any animal you have hunted. And yes, well, I'm going to let you realize because your experience with killing animals and hunting animals and guns, that you realize that this creature doesn't seem to be reacting to your shots like a normal animal, normal creature, because okay, you just start poking little holes into him that do little damage. No, there's nothing to break, and there's no. Again, like I told you, if it has any internal organs, he doesn't seem to be affected by having them pierced, but it's not invulnerable. You see the bullets just make holes into him. You just need to make bigger holes. So you start to run away. You run past Mr. Merryweather, who is still pacing into a little slower than the rest of you, through the ground floor hallway, and people start to crowd into the not crowd, but just begin to gather into the hallway, like wondering what's going on. All right. Then, who is still upstairs? Angus, you're still upstairs.
Just about. Like, thinking
Well-
these people in the hallway can kiss my ass as a leave. Like,
Well,
Oh.
yes, and upstairs, Angus, you see the creature, and you see a couple of persons popping their heads out of their doors just to see what's happening, and the people say, "Oh, what's happening here?" And you back downstairs, hear people screaming upstairs, and okay, it's Angus' time to act.
okay, so who's left? Just Tony in this room with this thing.
Tony just ran down. Tony's
Aye, right,
gone.
yeah,
man.
I'm out here. I am outie.
Yeah, well, you're out of there. You go downstairs again, run past the poor Mr. Weather, who is slowly running through
No,
the.
I'm not running past Merryweather. No, because I'm a gentleman of 50 years old. I'm gonna recognise that this old motherfucker's gonna need some help. Come on, Merryweather, let's go. And I'll put my arm round him.
Okay,
And I'll
well,
Come
you,
on, no,
okay, well, yeah, you're being just like pushed around by these youngsters.
I
Down-
immediately trip from the change in speed.
oh, boom.
All right. Yes. Well, it's not very hard to run away from the situation. Okay. I'm just going to end combat here because no one is with the creature now, and the creature seems to have found entertainment elsewhere, and you all
Do we all
Good,
meet up at
good.
Click outside?
run away. Sorry, yeah, you all run away because you're all on the ground floor. You have stated that you are running out of the building towards the exit. Okay, you are outside number 5 Doorway Street. You hear screaming inside. lots of screaming. Okay. Now I'm going to go with Catherine, who is down the street, a few buildings down the street. You just came to your senses, Catherine, and you are in the middle of of Dorwar Street, down very near where this first victim of the Reaper was found 5 years ago. Basically, just next to the spot, and you come to your senses, and you are alone in the dark in this alley.
Okay, can I would know that this is where she had been murdered as well because I am a prostitute.
Of course, you know.
Jack the Ripper killed prostitutes,
I
didn't he?
quickly like gather myself together. Can I see these guys coming out the building? Can I hear? I would want to head.
You hear? It's not really that you have not run so far away, because you just ran like to the end of the street, okay, to the south end of the street. You are not that far away, but
Okay,
you don't see.
think
You
I
can
would
see.
probably-
You can see the building from there, but you hear screaming in the distance.
like from where we've just been, or screaming
Yes.
from somewhere
No,
else.
no, from where just being.
All right, okay. I think I probably, once I came to my senses, realized what was going on, I would and then quickly head back up to where I was.
Okay, you begin walking
But
back,
no,
and
yeah, but-
you stumble into Professor Smith, who is just standing about, like dazed, confused, in the
Okay.
street, just like you. And he says, "Oh, Catherine, what in God's name was that? I don't know what happened to me. I'm just here now. I was in this room with this monster. Did you see what I
I know.
see? Did you see what I saw, Catherine?"
I seen it too. I did see it too. It's okay. Calm down. We're gonna find out what's going on. We're safe. We have to go back up to find your friends.
Yes,
What about your
yes,
other
yes.
friends?
We have to
Come-
go back.
come-
We have to
yeah,
go back.
Come with me. Come with me.
Okay, as you go
I
back,
did see it too, though.
you see these guys leaving the building. Well, the collection of you, you leave the building. You hear screaming. You are outside the building. What do you do once you are outside the building?
Well, if we don't telephone the police in
Yeah,
1893
well, yes,
anyway,
yeah. In fact, yes. Someone, if not you, someone has already
Probably
called the
not
police.
that-
You
not
go
that
to
sure,
those.
unless,
the
like,
police.
You want to do one of those little phones to call the police, so the bobbies come, and you see Catherine and Professor
bobbies.
Smith coming from this from down the street, like coming back, all sweaty and agitated because of the little sprint. And well, there you are, all together again. Yes, there's more screaming coming from the building. Terrible
Where's
screaming.
Tony?
What?
Is Tony came running? Has Tony came
Yes,
out as well? Or
yes, all of you
Yeah.
are outside.
all of us? Okay, sorry, I
Yeah.
was just double checking.
I'm not that much of a hero.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
I'm
just-
waiting on.
just-
I'm waiting on the bobbies.
yeah. Well,
No,
Tony
The
wants to
police-
stay near
the
the
police
door
are
with
not-
his gun ready in case the thing comes out. and
okay.
just shoot it.
I would just say, like, I appreciate that you're probably not a gentleman who frequents these places, but believe me, the police would be less bothered about something happening down here and less likely to believe us that we said it was here. They're not going to be any use.
Mr. Merriweather catches his breath. Oh yeah, and then okay. Now a few minutes pass while you're speaking, and there's more screaming from the building. Okay, and one guy comes from the building just screaming, "No, no, it's horrible! It's horrible!" He's caked in blood, and
Oh
he
my
just
God.
runs away.
We
And
need to. We maybe need to go back in and get the people, the neighbors out. If this guy's covered
Well,
in blood, what the
people
hell's going
people are starting to come out. Some people are starting to come out, and then the bobbies come, and well, it's all chaos. They begin to enter the building, more screaming. What are you going to do in about this whole scenario? Because the bobbies come and they start to go into the building. People running out, more bobbies go in. They then run out again,
I would look-
screaming.
I would look at,
The professor came out with us, right?
Yes,
He's
yes,
safe.
yeah,
he's safe.
he's here with me. I found him on the way back up. I would probably look at Tony and be like, but you, come on, Missy, you just go shoot it. Go shoot it. I don't know what that was, but it's not human. Just go kill it.
Okay. Tony wants to get back in there, but he's more interested in tracking the thing. Like he wants to, carefully
Tony does
watch
go back
it.
in.
You don't need to. You don't need to track it.
You,
You don't need to track it. He's pretty easy to find if you wanted.
Oh, no,
have
this
to
is-
wait for the bobbies. Like.
This is in case the thing like runs out of the building. He's like,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
You're
you said,
Bobby's come out of the building again, just calling for backup. We need guns. We need help. It's a monster.
Tony's gonna go. He's gonna reload his rifle and go into the entrance to see what's going on again.
I'm
Okay.
a follow Tony, but behind him.
I'm gonna
Okay.
go in behind. I'm gonna go in behind them also, but stay back a little bit. And just keep an eye and see if there's like any kids or women that need help coming out or that are scared or anything. I'm just gonna tell people to stay locked in their houses.
Okay, you enter back into the building, and in the ground floor you see several mauled people laying dead, and you see a little kid in a corner crying, and you see there's a monster just ripping apart poor Mrs. Grimm. You just entered, and let's go with the same initiative order. So
Okay.
it's time for Tony to act.
Tony's gonna use his rifle that he reloaded.
Okay, you again you shoot him.
12 damage. It must be dead. It's got to be dead.
12 damage.
Well,
Nice.
again, if it was a normal creature with internal organs and stuff,
Oh.
maybe he would be dead. But you just poked another hole into him. This time in the abdomen area,
Okay.
and he steps back again. But you are going to take a long time killing this creature just by poking little holes into it.
Mm.
You are going to need, to make more permanent damage, like, something bigger
Like
than a hole.
fire.
I believe you, Tony.
I've not got. If he doesn't like guns, yeah, I was gonna say. I'm gonna say to Angus as I've shot
Okay,
it again.
I'm going
Have you
to
got any?
I'm going to drop a hint.
I've got. Don't look at Angus. I've got nothing, mate.
I'm just
Oh,
going to
God.
drop a hint to Tony because again he's a hunter, and he knows about. Maybe he can grasp an idea. Like, okay, you're hurting this monster. You're making holes into him, but he doesn't seem to stop. It's not indestructible, but he doesn't seem to have any internal organs. He doesn't seem to have. Oh, that matters. In any case, so maybe with your hunting knife, you can slash him, cut him open, and do more damage. But with little holes, because as a gun user, you know that the power of the gun is piercing holes into people, destroying internal organs, and stopping. But if it doesn't have any internal organs that matter, you're not going to do anything just by just poking holes into him.
Okay. My brawl is not good though, but yeah, I guess.
You must have a skinning knife if you're a hunter. You must
He
have
has one.
skinning shit. Hunting knife, yeah.
But it's only 25, so I might not hit it.
Skin him.
Yeah.
Again, now it's Angus's turn.
Oh. Right, I don't have any guns or anything. What's the situation with Tony's second gun? Is it just hanging off his waist where I can just grab it?
Well,
I've got no skill in firearms. Like,
What about Brawl? Have you not like fisticuffs with it?
yeah, well, I guess old Angus not knowing much about punching things, but being an honourable and brave man is great.
well, let's you can try to find an improvised weapon to remember. You can use improvised weapons
Right,
with
okay,
brawl.
okay. Yeah, right.
And-
What's around? What's the nearest improvised weapon?
All
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
let's do a luck roll. Okay, let's see how.
Luck roll, right?
Yes.
2 seconds, boys. Let's go. Where's luck?
Okay, you
Come
have. Oh,
on.
well, there is a table. There was a table in the hallway that has been broken, and by the fighting, and there is a table leg that you can use as a blunt object.
I will take said table leg and I will run and try and swing this table leg at this thing, man.
Okay,
Let's-
just go ahead.
Good luck, me.
Go on, Tony
Come
cheering
on.
for you.
Okay, you hit it. Well, not much damage, but
Hit it though.
sorry, Angus.
He's funny for being a man. He's
Oh
impressed.
no, what?
Angus, do you have I put you unarmed. Okay, yes. You don't have you don't have damage bonus, no. So, okay, you hit him, and you hear a little crunch like in his head. You did not do but much damage, but it was a weak
Felt it, eh?
it was a weak impact. But yes, you got him good.
I'm on the
Maybe-
table leg.
It's not a matter this time. It's not a matter of not doing damage, but matter of you not being strong enough.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Yes, you are rolling unarmed. It's like roll 1d6. Sorry, that's the.
Oh, is that the
of
damage
club.
bonus for the improvised weapon? Right, yeah, got
That's
you.
it.
2 seconds. Hang on,
Not
I'm
not
opening the wrong
not
thing.
any improvised weapon, but I'm treating this table leg like a big club.
Ah,
What did you say? 1d6.
Yes, 1d6. Yeah, I was saying weapon. Well, it's the same
Better.
result. Well, but well, it's the same. It was a weak. You cracked him in the head. You hear a crack, but well, it's still going about. Okay, now, Catherine, it's your turn. What are you doing? You see this
Is
scene,
there-
and as you see a little kid in a corner, just crying, and it's just saying, "Mama, mama."
What?
Is there anybody's like house doors left open that I could like get him, throw him into a house somewhere?
Yes, there are several open doors to
Okay,
different apartments.
I would probably be like, come on, and then get him and put him into one of these houses. While I was looking in one of these houses, I would have a look and see if there was any like anything out in the kitchen handy that looks like I could stab this thing with.
Okay, let's go with a luck roll. Or well, because you told me exactly to look into the kitchen, I'm going just to Of course, there's a kitchen knife somewhere. It's not the same
Yeah.
as looking into the hallway. So
Nice.
yes,
Nice.
there's a kitchen knife laying about
Right.
in the kitchen,
And
that's
I would grab that and just
Oh.
I would say to the kid, just stay in here. It'll be okay. I'll make sure your mum knows you're here. Just go and find find somewhere good to hide in here.
Okay, ma'am. And when you go outside, and that's your turn. And
Yes.
now Mr. Merriweather is still outside because he didn't say that he was going in. So well, just you only hear screaming and nothing more. You just stand there, Mr. Merriweather. I'm too old for this shit, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out my pencil and my notepad and do like a quick sketch of what I saw, and also start writing a letter to my son.
Okay. Okay, you maybe you sit. You
I
sit.
mean, in the event I do die after seeing that, yeah, I'm gonna take a quick minute to write a letter.
Okay, then this creature just lunges at Angus, who just cracked him in the head, and he goes for you with his claws, his blood-soaked claws at you. You are going to riposte with your improvised weapon, or are you going to try and dodge, Angus?
I'm going to try and dodge.
All right, let's go. He fails, and you succeed with dodge. You just move out of the way. He jumps at you close in front, and you just step aside, and he passes harmlessly. All right, now back to the top. Tony, it's your time to act. It's your turn.
Yeah, but Tony's gonna try and use his knife, so
Okay,
that'll be fun.
you-
Because
you-
he's not.
You take out your knife and go ahead. He's going to riposte.
Yes!
Yes,
No
Tony.
fucking-
All right,
Nice.
he's reposting. Okay,
Ooh.
no, it's a no.
No, he has
It's
to beat
success. He needed
Oh.
to win to be able to repost.
Yes,
So yes, Tony, you get him good. You take out your hunting knife and do a big slash across his abdomen, and you open a big gash in his skin.
Finally.
Still,
Tony, Tony.
it's still, it's the hardest skin you have ever pierced, but you managed to do a little bit more of damage to this monster. Okay. Now it's Angus time to
Good
act.
job, Taylor. And I will grab this improvised weapon again, and I guess we'll try and swing and smash this motherfucker again.
Here you
Come
go.
on,
He's going to repost you.
Oh, well, good luck, motherfucker. Right, where's my thing here? Failed.
Both failures, nothing happens. You go for him and he goes for you, but miss. Nothing happens. You crack. You hit the wall with this table leg, and he just swings
Gosh darn it, I missed.
too far from you. Okay, now let's go with Catherine. Catherine, it's
Yes.
yes. You're now you're outside this little apartment you were in, and you have a kitchen knife in your hand. What are you going to do?
So I'm right outside this apartment.
You see, Catherine. You
Okay.
see this monster. You saw first how Taylor shot this monster and made a little hole into him, but you now see how he took out his knife and slashed him
Yeah.
open. What do you do now?
So, I think I'm gonna attack it. I'm gonna try and slash it.
Come
or
on.
stab
Go
it.
go with brawl then, and then you're going to roll 1d4 for the knife. All right.
Yes.
Okay,
Right.
he's reposting. Hard success. So he,
Hey,
unless you want to spend,
on.
8 points of luck, he's going to hit you.
Yeah, I'll spend it because I've got 55 luck points. So
All right, then it's a hard success. So you hit it. The damage is
how many points? Sorry.
all right. You have 1d4 damage bonus. You rolled a 3 on damage bonus, but now roll another d4 for the knife. We're not going unarmed. It's a knife. Okay, 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Catherine, you again slash at this monster, and you slash and open this gash where Tony hurt this monster. You again slash at it, and you make it bigger now. The monster has a big gash in his abdomen, and well, strange things seems to be coming out of him now. He looks pretty weak now. he seems to be almost dead, but still willing to fight. And it's okay. Mr. Merriweather is still writing his letter. Dear John, if in case I do not make it out of here, because you're still hearing screaming calls for help and stuff, and it's chaos down there. More Bobbies are coming this time, and they carry guns now. They're coming with guns now, and they're about to enter the building. And with that,
I'll kind of following after when I'm done writing the letter. I'll grab the wedding band around my neck.
Well, the fight is it's a matter of seconds. And you're writing a letter. Well,
Well, shit, yeah, no, I'll take my time.
You're not finished yet. You're not finished yet. So let's go with this creature again. He grabs at his abdomen, and he looks at Catherine, filled with rage, and jumps at her. Are you going to dodge or are you going to riposte, Catherine?
Dodge. I'm gonna dodge. Hold on.
All right. He lunges at you with his claws, and he fails. So don't bother. He fails.
Okay.
Just he stumbles. He lunges at you, but he stumbles halfway and almost falls off. Now it's Tony's time to act.
With Tony's like good hunting skills, could he reckon that it looks weak enough that he shot it, it'd die, or would he not know that much?
Well,
'Cause,
do you have? Okay, I will let you go with an intelligence roll and
Okay,
see.
Okay. Let's see if
And
he's smart
and
enough.
that's because of your expertise with.
Yeah.
Well, Tony, he is. Yes, he's. If you place a good shot, he's going to fall off. He's almost dead.
Okay, yeah, he's gonna try and aim for the bit that's bloody where the gash is, and use his rifle.
Nice man.
Okay. Yeah, come on. Back to combat.
No, your rifle is empty.
Yeah, I meant my handgun, sorry, yeah. He's gonna use his handgun.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
you take aim and shoot at this monster, and well, you shot him in this gash he has, and you might have broken something inside because you hear a crack, and then it falls and it like splits into two. Like he,
Dead.
you know,
Yes.
by his own weight, you know, the gash opens more and he falls dead.
Yeah.
Buddy.
He wants to get
Kill
something
them.
and chop the long tongue out as a memento for
Oh,
his
nice. That's
King
disgusting.
Wall.
Well,
but nice.
you're going to try to cut the tongue for a trophy, but just at the time, as I said, the Bobbies were about to enter the building with guns, and they freeze. Everybody freeze! And okay, you see the police just pointing guns everywhere, just all scared, and one of the Bobbies that was inside, laying on the floor, wounded, says, "Oh, good, they're here. He's dead. He's dead. That gentleman over there. Well, these people over there, they killed it." And well, things begin to calm down.
Welcome, Bobbies.
Bobby says, "Well, we're going to take a lot of statements here tonight. This is a mess. This is a bloody mess. Yes, there are a lot of dead people. There's the monster that seems like a deformed human. And Mr. Merriweather, well, you see that the noise, the screaming subsides, and one Bobby comes out saying that they killed them. Those some people inside managed to kill the murderer." Let's go back to
Mother.
well, some people says the murderer, some says a wild animal, a wild ape. And there's a lot of
An
confusion
animal that
going.
we saw.
There is a lot of confusion going about, but
But
among
it's a thing that you've been looking for.
what?
But it's something that you have been looking for. Like you guys knew about this.
No, 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 no.
Okay.
Some people are saying a guy went crazy and began to murder people. So some others say it's a wild ape.
This was no ape. This was a man that we saw. Are we
Okay.
talking to the police right now?
Well,
Like, are we
well,
being
at some point of the night,
interviewed or?
at some point, there is right now there is a lot of confusion going on. But at some point of the night, if you stay there, you are going to be questioned, right?
I don't want to speak to the police.
You have
It's not my number one option either. Like,
you have you can slip away
Yeah.
amidst the confusion. There's going to be people that say that some guys killed this ravening monster, but you could slip away amidst the confusion.
I would try and
I
get
would
away. I
like to
think.
slip away.
Professor
Yeah.
Smith says thank you for coming, my friends. This is a disaster. Poor boy, poor Matthew. Did you see he turned into this horrible thing? I knew that boy. He was a pupil of my college in Constantinople. I don't understand who could have done such a thing to this poor
So I
boy.
guess none of us knew Martin because that was his.
Matthew.
Sorry, Matthew.
Matthew.
None
No.
of us knew him
No,
because
you
that was
don't know.
his student
Yes,
abroad.
just
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
Look, I have this is Professor Demir. He's a good friend of mine, a college of mine who lives in Constantinople, and Matthew was one of his students, and he was studying and working here in London. Well, look, friends, it's a long tale, and um, uh, let's talk over this in a more calm time. I need
More
to I need to rest.
I know.
I need to put my ideas in order first. Could you come
I need
to
to
my
go-
house tomorrow? And if you want, I will tell you my story. I will tell you what I know. And if you want to help me, I will be really,
Yeah.
really thankful for it. I know you have
Yeah.
done more than I could have hoped for until now, but I really don't know who to trust anymore, and powerful people are behind these foul deeds.
We'll certainly come and see you tomorrow, Matthew.
I really
Yeah,
appreciate
I
it, my
think
friends. I really appreciate it, my friends. I knew I could count on you.
What's happening to the body currently?
Yeah.
There are
also.
the body. Well, the bodies are like, first they will call Dr. Hobbs to examine it, but Dr. Hobbs is dead with his face beaten off upstairs. So they are trying to get a hold of another medical examiner, and they're not sure what the fuck is that. So they're just leaving it there for the time being and just have the place, sealed off and trying to move people away from the building. Like, find another place to stay for now. This is a murderous scene and situation. And, well, again, if you keep, about, you are going to be questioned by the police. So those of you who don't want that, well, have a chance to slip away just after Smith finishes talking to you.
Could I perhaps walk up to an officer, since they didn't see me inside the building, I'm assuming, and I'll just say, I understand you have a body up there. I work for the museum as a conservator, and perhaps I can be of some help preserving the scene.
Uh, well, I'm not sure, sir, but uh, we are waiting for the medical examiner to look at this thing and determine what it is, or I don't see how you could help us at the time, sir. But uh, I'm thankful for your offer. Now, Charles, what is your intention here? You want to be able to examine the body? You want
Yeah, I was gonna see if I could have like use potentially some of like my preservation skills or something to ensure that that body is not going to uh go anywhere or dissolve or disappear or some weird shit.
Oh, okay. Yes. You come. You come inside and give me some kind of social role like persuade, charm, or fast talk to see if you can trick this poor and nervous officer to
Come on, bro,
convince him.
seduce them with your beard. That's what I want to say.
The,
Nice by authority.
you can flaunt the beard.
Success, my
well, that's-
friend.
Yeah, well,
Oh, yeah.
yes, you say, well, how? Tell me, Charles, how does that go? How do you charm this poor, nervous police officer?
Listen, son, I know a lot of men fought valiantly, and you were one of them, and I just want to go in there and help preserve the evidence so that way you and your colleagues can have the best shot at releasing this information to the public and getting some answers.
Oh,
I know you wouldn't mind my expertise lending in while you await the medical examiner, is that right?
Well, I suppose with Dr. Hobbs dead upstairs, I suppose it could not hurt if you take a look, sir. But please, please, don't say that I let you in. And
No.
she just let you walk in. That said, outside with the others, Professor Smith suddenly, when he finishes speaking with you, he seems to realize something. He says he puts a face of realization and says, "Oh, but of course, the fez. We have to take that fez. We have to destroy it. Oh my God! Oh my God! How do we do this? Oh,
I
oh.
was going to ask earlier about the phase when all this shit was kicking off with the dead body and the animated dead body. Was the phase just sitting there lying on the ground just still? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
We have to manage to get our hands in that fez, friends. Before the police, the police would not know what to do with it. We have to to ensure its destruction. Oh, well, I don't know. What can we do? Well, Merryweather seems to have. Oh, he's waltzing right just inside the building. Well, could you?
I'm pretty slow. You could probably catch me.
Yeah, he's
Just catching
you
up
see,
with the scene.
in fact, you turn about and you see this young police officer standing in the way in the door, and you see he stepping aside, and Merryweather slowly begins to walk inside. What do you do? Smith says, "Oh, wait, hey, Merryweather!" He screams from behind and says to the police officer, "Oh, he's my colleague. I work with him. And well, if any of you are doing anything else outside, or you just try to walk
Just trying
inside,
to process what I've just seen.
what?
Just trying to
Um,
process
I'm
what I've
asking-
just seen. That's it.
I wanted to leave before the police were coming.
Yes, well, Catherine, you left. You left the scene, okay?
Yeah,
You left
Just a second, sorry.
you left the scene, and Tony, what did you do?
I guess if I've seen Merryweather going, I'll stick around. Plus, I need to do some first aid on my wounds as well, so I'll loiter around outside.
Okay, yes. There's a lot of confusion here, and this man just stepped aside and let Merryweather step in. Smith says that he works with Merryweather, and goes right behind him. Angus, what did you say? What you were doing? Sorry.
Just sticking around behind Tony, like he seems to.
Okay, you stick around behind Tony and enter the building too.
Yeah.
And
Right.
these people come with you, Mister, and he addresses you, Merryweather.
Yeah. If you don't mind, I could use some spare hands in order to make sure that the scene is preserved before, your colleagues might
Well,
come and find out.
Well, that's fine. You look like respectable. Anyway, we have to take statements from everyone at the scenes anyway, please. So stick around.
Right.
Okay, I understand that you were the ones that brought him down, right? In fact, when you entered, Tony, some people look at you and say, "That's the one who brought the monster down. He saved us."
Tony's gonna flex his big muscles and yeah.
And yeah, but is that true, sir? Did you fought off this creature?
All me, just Tony, and
Yeah.
Beatrice, just us, me and Beatrice. He's gonna pose for a newspaper photograph. 'Cause he
Yeah,
wasn't
Nothing
Beatrice-
to do with that, like.
Beatrice
Had
was
nothing to do with it.
Beatrice is not a fool of a dog. He just stayed out of the way of this fight. He was
Aw.
scared shitless of this monster. And anyway, she saw that you were managing just fine without her. So, well, yeah, okay. You enter the building, and yeah, there's police helping a lot, taking out bodies and helping people that are wounded, and helping other bodies that are wounded too. So a lot of confusion is going on there. The only real care is about the body, but well, Mr. Merriweather already got permission to take a look at it. So, so Smith says, "Oh, well, friends, let's go upstairs before anyone else takes notice of this fest."
I would have been curious. Is there any chance I can get any kind of look at the body, like just out of curiosity?
Yes, where you're coming with Merryweather, just
Yeah.
before going to the stairs, you see this monstrosity like split in half, and now that you look at it, it's just humanoid. He looked like his facial features looked like this withered man that was in the room, but horribly deformed by the transformation. But it seems to have been human at some point. Just what you saw before.
And does he seem? Oh, I'm not there.
No,
Sorry.
you are not there. You return to the hotel with your friend to spend the rest of the night. And well, Meriwether, you are near the body. You don't see it doing anything funny. It's just a body, a horrible body. But yes, it's yes.
Keep my face covered with the handkerchief and still keep my distance and not really touch anything, but I'll kind of look around the room to see if I could spot the fez.
You see the mark where the fez was, this rim of flesh, of raw flesh around the forehead of this creature, this that used to be a man. And but you don't see the face anywhere around. Like, you remember, you don't see any hat or face or anything laying around. Okay. And the body doesn't seem to be decomposing quickly or doing nothing funny. It's just creature's body, and uh, the inside seems to be human, but some like withered, like dried out. It's a really strange creature, and there's for the carnage around, there is very little blood.
Does this shriveled up, wrinkled body's face still look like humanoid features? Like
Yes,
people's features?
it has humanoid features, but just his face is like stretched back by the effect of the skull elongating upwards. But other than and there's the filed teeth, but yes, he seems to have been some kind of Oriental man at some point.
All right.
Some Middle Eastern man at some point.
Okay.
It's the man you saw. A withered man that you saw, but you remember Professor Smith telling you that this was a lad that was a student, was a graduate student. So
He was a young man.
yes, he was a young man. But he was super withered, and look at ancient. But he was a young man. As
Would I potentially know anything from my field or my studies as to what might have been happening here?
No way. You have archaeology, right? But you don't have natural world. You don't have biology.
Yeah.
No, your expertise
No.
is more like preserving, inanimate things. You just bluffed your way in.
Can I do a biology roll? Because Tony has limited biology. So can he have a quick look to see what he thinks?
But what do you want? What do you want to know about? So what do you want?
Well, he's trying to figure out if he looks like he's aged really fastly as opposed to normal aging.
A natural world, a very low natural world.
See, and I was thinking more from a history aspect. So if I knew of any tomes or anything that I might have worked on, that.
Not really. Something that
mythos.
a rapid aging, maybe some strange, some kind of wasting disease, maybe. But according to Professor Smith, this happened over a course of 4 nights. So you haven't never heard of anything like this. So, Professor Smith motions some of you or whoever wants to follow him. Oh, friends, we have to take that fest. We have to. We can't allow it to fall in the wrong hands. These people could steal it or worse. Let's try and sneak about. Let's take advantage of the confusion right now. So
we need to. Somebody needs to pick up this face. I'm thinking it's there in the room. Sorry, let's.
Yeah. So yes, if you go upstairs with the professor, and to the room where this monster was, this man was, yes, you see the face just laying there.
Can we assume I've got gloves? Because I probably would have because of what I am, right? But and I'm gonna.
Yeah, what time of year is it actually?
What?
I'm a former laboratory technician, and I now have a bookshop, so I handle things with care. I have gloves, so.
I mean, I have a handkerchief.
I don't think you have a gloves handy right now, but you can have a handkerchief and with care or take it with care. Okay, you don't need to touch it.
I'd like to grab it and put it in my bag without touching it with my bare hand.
Tony's standing back as you touch the devil hat thing.
Yeah, so I try.
Careful.
I must have
in fact,
in my bag. I've got a book bag, right? So I must have a couple of different bits of cloth for wrapping up certain books because some of them are valuable.
All right.
I'm gonna wrap it in that and put it inside my book bag.
All right. And when even with the care you take to handle this fest, you get this. It's a mild, queasy feeling when you handle it, but it passes quickly. You just
Good.
wrap it up, and Professor Smith says, "Good thinking, my friend. Good thinking. It's better to handle this artifact, this thing, carefully for now." And I well, if I will take care of it now. I I will explain you tomorrow everything you need to know, and if you still want to help me, I will be really thankful, Angus.
Close the bag. I'll close the zipper or the buttons or whatever it is on the rest of this bag and say, well, we'll talk tomorrow about that. For now, I'm just glad to get some rest.
Okay, thank you. And he grabs this wrapped up fez. Okay, now let's get out of here before we grab any more attention. I would not like to anyone to know
Right.
we have this.
Am I giving it to him or is it staying in my bag? This wrapped up.
He asked you.
Yeah,
He asked you to. He asked you for it because he's going to
I'll
take
give it to him then. Yeah.
to take care
I'd
of
rather
it.
give it to him than carry it.
Okay. Okay. And well, there's not going to be much more. You are taking your statements by the police. What you exactly say to them is up to you. What is what do you say to them? What happened here? Because well, I don't know if you're going to say you saw a man transform into this beast or just a crazed man. Uh, you get a feeling the police is happy to find a reasonable way to explain all this and shut this down without more.
I wouldn't say any more than a crazed man. I wouldn't say anything more than that. I don't know about anyone else, but
Yeah, I wouldn't even
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I'll just say he was trying to attack everyone, so I shot him a few times.
a few times, but he
Yeah.
doesn't seem to have died of one-shot wounds. Anyway, well, also there is a new medical examiner who was brought in because Dr. Hobbs is dead, and it's a well. The police are happy to just to close this down quickly and chalk everything up to a crazed man under the influence of unknown substances. And yes, just leave it at that. And you are all respectable people and
alright,
are
Dr. Hobbs.
vouched for by the professor, who is a recently made professor at the City and Guilds College of the University of London. So, well, you are let go without much hassle. In fact, many of the people in the building acknowledge that you fought these murderous men and defended them. And even some kid says that there was a nice woman who helped us and locked us in an apartment, kept us safe. And well, where is that nice woman? I don't know, sir. I just saw her around, but she's nowhere to be found. Well, the next day, a quick newspaper article will say about a crazy man attack into a building in Dorwell Street, and some locals helped the residents and brought this murderer down. And there is some missing statements, and if anyone involved is still at large without giving a statement to clear up things, the police request that they come forward, but nothing more than that. Okay.
So, yeah.
Um, well,
Oh,
Dr. Smith, once you are far from there, Dr. Smith tells you, um, well, my friends, we have to destroy this this thing, and it's better not to delay things anymore. Mm,
So, is this us at his apartment the next day?
no,
can
it's
talk.
this is now.
No?
This is
Oh.
now after they leave they leave the surroundings of the building. Okay,
Okay.
they're far,
Okay.
but he's with the three of you, and he takes out a lighter and grabs some of the some papers and stuff, and well, I do not dare to touch it, but do you mind, Angus, if I burnt uh, the damn thing with wrapping it all?
Not at all. That's not going to bother me at all.
And he lights on fire the bundle you just gave him, and it burns and burns and burns, and then the until only burnt fabric remains, but the fest is still intact, and he says, "Bloody hell! I can't believe this. Well, it was too easy, I suppose. We can't."
Is it still like bright red, or does it look burned and scarred?
No,
like charred?
nothing. Perfectly intact.
Hmm.
Uh, uh, Mr. Well, Mr. Taylor, can you lend me your knife, please?
Yeah, he'll hold him the bloody knife. Yeah, let's go.
He stabs at the thing, and it doesn't. It bends, but it does not get pierced. He tries to slash it, and I suppose this was too much to ask, right? To be this easy to destroy this evil artifact. I suppose I will have to guard it until we can find a way to destroy it, friends. I would like to speak with you tomorrow when we have all get some well-deserved rest. I don't
Do
know
you
about
have
you.
somewhere?
Yes.
Do you have somewhere proper safe to keep it though, like in a safe?
Well,
you-
you're not there, Catherine, but
Oh.
he says to the three of you, don't worry, friends. I will have it safe. And but please, I will want to speak with you tomorrow. We could meet at the Oriental Club. Oh, well, I would like Catherine to join us, so it will not be possible. So let's meet. We could meet at my house then, if that's fine with you, gentlemen.
That's absolutely fine with me. I know the
Yeah.
Orient Club, but what's your address, and we can find you there.
All right,
And
friends.
who gets in touch with Catherine?
I would know where his house is. I'm his friend.
All right.
Yeah, he says I will let Catherine know that of our appointment. I hopefully I can I need all the help I can on this. I'm a bit embarrassed to bother her. She being a lady and all, put her in danger, but. In fact, I'm ashamed to have put in danger all of you, my friends, but this was a life or death situation. And again, I'm very, very thankful for it. And well, he says his goodbyes, and each one of you are free to go to your house or whatever you want to do to take a well-deserved night's rest. Anthony, you are wounded.
Yeah.
You want to try and do first. Oh, you know what?
My first aid on Anthony.
Didn't you got first aid when you were being questioned? Someone.
Oh yeah.
So roll
Okay.
1d3.
Okay. Hold on. The button. 1d3, d4.
You can type roll d3. But
2.
okay, you heal 2 hit points, and then because you have a night's rest and you are not mortally wounded, you
Mm.
heal up another point. Okay.
Oh, so back to normal. Cool.
Nice.
Nice.
So
You gain back sanity, or is that wishful thinking?
no, the sanity
So-
awards are uh not due yet. So okay, let's the next day uh, breaks.
Leo, did we take any, like 1 point of sanity from seeing the monster? Like if we succeeded?
Catherine lost like 7 out of
In
25.
fact, I'm
Alright.
going to say this. The only one who lost her head by seeing the monster was Catherine, and because when an investigator loses sanity, no, sorry, not only loses sanity, has a bout of madness from seeing a mythos creature or a mythos encounter, he gains 5 Cthulhu mythos points.
Ooh.
That's what you want.
Yay!
Come on.
So,
It's my first time
so
ever.
starting her path to
Ooh,
madness.
she's gonna be a wizard or a witch
Yes,
or something.
come on. I want
And
some of
now,
them.
now, Tammy, your character cannot have now more than 94 sanity maximum ever. Your maximum sanity is 99 minus your skill in Cthulhu Mythos. So
Nice. Okay, so I put my Cthulhu Mythos points up to 5, though. Is that right?
yes, you have 5 Cthulhu
Yes.
Mythos.
Ooh.
Nice.
Gain points.
So I think if you had like if you had a 50 Cthulhu mythos score, you would have a max sanity of 50.
Yeah.
Yes, 50,
Oh.
50, 59.
I like that.
Because one thing is your starting sanity. In fact, you will have to find some way to get this if in case it becomes relevant, because one thing is starting sanity determines your threshold for indefinite insanity, right? And maximum sanity, it's 99 minus Cthulhu Mythos skill, okay? And there's the current sanity, that is the one you roll to see if you lose sanity points or not. But those are 3 different things. You can have more sanity than you started with, because in a campaign, when you play several uh, adventures or modules or scenarios with the same characters, you win, you earn sanity points rewards at the end, so you can have more points of sanity than those you started with. But that's it. Well, I'm not sure if it will become relevant in the case of Catherine, because she started with 25 sanity points. But
And she was quite close to like life, to be fair.
She was
ended up-
already close to the brink, eh?
Yeah.
so okay. Well, next day breaks. Okay, and if you want to do anything before your appointment with Professor Smith, Catherine, you will get in the morning a message from the that
From the little
Professor
yeah.
Smith wants to meet with you today at his house, along with the other colleagues, to discuss the events of last night. And if you will be inclined to help him once more, he will be really thankful for it.
Mhm.
So
I would have been expecting a message from him, to be fair. So, yeah, I'll
Or-
go.
all right, and well, if unless any of you wants to do something before this meeting, is there something you want to do?
I'm just gonna I'm gonna pick up a spare hunting knife to give Angus and show him how to use it.
Well, did we not go home separately? Did we all get a message in the morning again?
No, because the three of you
No, he
were.
told you last night.
Yeah,
I
he,
left before the
exactly.
feast.
Yes, he told you in person about the meeting, but Catherine wasn't there, so he sent a message to her.
Okay.
That's the reason. So
Oh, okay. Yes, I'm going. And my man Taylor's going to craft me another extra weapon, apparently.
Yeah, you can have my spare hunting. As long as Leo lets you, you can have my spare hunting
I,
knife.
I don't have a problem. I mean,
Oh.
I suppose Anthony has a collection of knives and
Yeah.
things, hunting stuff. Okay.
Catherine would have a little, like maybe a little dagger pit knife, like envelope opener size knife, because she does have a past from being a prostitute. And
Yes, and well, after
so
what
just
you
that.
saw last night, you
Yeah, I'm gonna put one
you
in my purse and just make sure that I have something with me.
okay? I suppose yes. I suppose you will be inclined to help your good old friend Professor Smith, but yes, this time you are not going to be unprepared for anything. For
And
what?
I'll bring something from Merryweather, but I feel like I should bring him like a spoon or something. Like,
Oh,
A little sport,
I'm armed with knowledge. Thank
a
you.
little metal sport.
Well, yeah. When you meet up at in Professor Smith's house, well, Taylor, you gave Angus one knife, like you know, you can give he gives him a knife just in case.
mm,
Let's go.
Because, and Professor Smith says that's not unwise, my friends. Although I would be more rather trusting of a good gun, because well, some of the threats we face are quite human, if not very wicked, and well, I will explain you at, better at our meeting. So Smith has his manservant serve you whatever you want to drink or eat, okay, and well, he starts to explain things to you. He says, "Well, friends, I want to thank you again for your assistance last night. We all saw horrifying things, but I'm afraid that it's not an isolated incident. This is the work of nefarious um, masterminds behind these awful happenings. You see, I have been in contact with this college of mine in Constantinople, Professor Demir. Well, you know that I traveled abroad and I have visited Constantinople in the past to do some research. This Professor Demir contacted me and told me about this wicked artifact, this cursed fez, and he told me about his student. In fact, the only reason I was there last night was because the poor lad, just before he slipped into the state he was, he uttered my name to the police,
Your
to the
name?
yes, to the medical examiner, and then I was called to the scene.
What's this professor called? Who do you think's behind this?
No, he's not. No, no, oh no, of course not. Not
No,
Professor
no.
Demir.
What
He's.
what was the name of the person that you said was behind this? You're sure someone?
We still don't know. In fact, uh, we are trying to figure that out. We have a pretty good idea, but well, I'm going to share with you all my knowledge, and then I hope you decide to help me, friends. I got some telegrams from Professor Demir, let me show you. And he hands you a few telegrams, and I'm going to give them to you in case you want to read them. So these Professor Demir's initial telegrams he sent to good Professor Smith. Okay, this is the first telegram he got from Professor Demir from Constantinople, and it says, have been keeping tabs on cult activity. Stop. A man named Menkav has come into possession of a terrible item known as the Blood Red Fez. Stop. He is traveling to England on some mysterious purpose. Stop. One of my students based in London has volunteered to follow him and report. End of message. Then he hands you another one. I got this on Friday. This telegram, this other one I'm going to give you, and it says, my student Puck has elected to try and steal the fez. Stop. I have warned him Menkav is dangerous, but he will not listen. I fear for his safety. He has your address in London. Please aid him if you can. And well, I suppose that's why the poor lad knew about my name, about me, because Professor Demir told him he could trust me and I could aid him. But well, you all saw what happened. I'm going to venture that these men caught him in the attempt to steal the fez and well did to him what we all saw.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I'm
well,
not being
and
funny, but
that's just all, my friends. Today, just before you came, I received another telegram from Demir, and he hands it to you. Well, it says the fez is very dangerous, impossible to destroy. Well, we know now about that. On no account wear it. Have trusted allies bring it by all speed to Constantinople. Will use what knowledge I have to destroy it. Warn them in no uncertain terms that their lives may be at peril. I will meet them at Circesi Station. End of message. And well, there you go. This artifact must be destroyed. Professor Demir seems to think he has the knowledge to do it and the means to do it, but we need to bring this to him in Constantinople. And well, I have been there before. I can't go back there. Well, I have, let's say, enemies there that will make sure I'm a dead man if I ever step again in that city.
Constantinople.
Yes.
Oh.
But yes. That's some unrelated to this. It's other people. There are many evil people in the world with evil intents and different kinds of madness.
I feel
But
like if you got enemies that's related, you should tell us who your enemies are.
well,
you can trust
I-
us.
I don't-
You
I
can
don't
trust us. We're friends. Come on.
yes, no, it's not that I do not trust you, my friends. It's like it's you are safer that way. But this is not related to those men. These are other troubles I managed to get myself into in the past, and I have to avoid. I cannot go to that city again. It's a death sentence for me. But I I will have to trust you to do this for me. Um, I don't know what to say. You already helped me a long way. I trust Professor Demir. He saved my life. In fact, I would not be here today if it wasn't for him and his intervention. Um, but well, I'm going to disclose it to you because you are my friends. And again, this has nothing to do with our current situation. But yeah,
Okay.
I made myself enemies with some guy called, uh, called Selim Makriat, a very foul fellow. I have to say, I I fell I fell afoul of his little group of fanatics. Um, well, uh, short thing is I will be dead if I go back to Constantinople again. And Professor Demir helped me. He's also an enemy of these people, but well, he lives there. He's from that city. He knows how to take care of himself.
Who,
But well,
who are these
anyway,
people that would have you dead?
this is a weird, strange cult that I don't know exactly what do they worship, but it's some kind of evil deity, and they commit atrocious deeds in its name. But it has nothing to do with this main calf person and his cult of this is a cult that worships this artifact, this blood red fest. That
Where did this blood red fez come from originally? Did he tell us?
yes, well, it came from from there, from Turkey. In fact, this this man called Menkaf brought it to London, and well, I don't know the reason why, but he used it on this
Yeah,
with
but
poor
like,
Matthew.
where did it come from? Did it come from like a tomb? Did it come from
Oh
like a
well, I'm not
connection from
I'm,
a person?
I'm not that well versed into into his, his story. That's more Professor Demir's field of study, but there are many legends about this artifact in the Middle East. This is a very unknown artifact or thing here in the Western world. It's um, the reasons why this man brought it to London elude me, and why did he use it on poor Matthew and left it there baffles me. But we have a chance to destroy it, and we should take it. Um,
How
in
did, are we going to get to
yes, mm?
how are we going to take it to
Yes, yes. As we see, Professor Demir says he believes he can destroy it. He has the means to do it, but he must
Yeah,
be
but
taken back.
we get there? If you can't go, how are we going to get there?
Well, as I said, Professor Demir will be waiting you at the station in Constantinople. We have already figured it out. The fastest way to go in the modern day is taking the Orient Express. I know, it's an expensive uh, trip. It's not for. I understand, my friends. I'm not asking you, of course, to take such a expensive journey on your own pocket. You see, we have secured the help of a gentleman, a fellow occultist that is it's interested in helping us to get rid of this fez. He is the Baron von Hofler. He's an Austrian wealthy nobleman, and we have secured his help. In fact, he has he has put up from the money for this trip. Okay, and he will also join whoever goes into this trip. He will join them in Vienna. He will board the train and join the trip to Constantinople. And I also believe that this man has valuable information that can help us in our endeavor. He's a fellow man of letters and committed to destroy evil, just like us. Um, Look, we the plan is to leave from Paris aboard the Orient Express um, and this next Wednesday, right? And well, the trip will take 3 days across all the continent to Constantinople. And well, friends, Demir told me to trust on allies, and I cannot think of finer allies than you, who already are involved in this and saw what happened, what this terrible artifact is capable of. And I assure you, the people that worship this are very, very evil men that must be stopped, and we cannot afford to have the face to fall back into their hands. So I don't know if you are inclined to help me again, and I would understand if you don't want to do so. As my friend said in his telegram, I must tell you that your lives will be in danger. But
My life is in danger every day, and I could do with a change of pace and getting away from here for a few days. So I'm with you. I'll help.
oh well,
Yep,
thank you, Catherine.
Tony's in as well. He's confirmed with Beatrice. We're coming with you. It sounds like
Never-
fun.
I've never felt a direct calling from God to help my fellow man, but I've always felt like I should do my best to help my fellow man, and you're a man in need. I guess you have me.
Okay, well, I thank you, friends. I really appreciate this. And well, it's not only me. It's you saw what evil it's capable of. In first, you know this firsthand. Who knows what else this evil artifact can do? So it's best for everyone that it is destroyed. Again, you can trust Professor Demir. He is a fine gentleman, and he is committed to the destruction of evil.
The professor still needs to explain what this is a little bit better, though. What's going on?
And Mr. Merriweather, sir. Well, I understand, given your age, if you don't want to do this. But I'm still thankful that you are here, sir. I have a highest respect for you, my friend. He's a Mr. Merriweather. Merriweather,
Yeah,
did you
yeah.
did you hear what I just said, Professor Mister?
All right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, well then, are you going to go with them?
Yeah. I think that you guys probably need some experience going on this trip.
It's like Tony's going to be like, you seem to be taking some good notes, and that's something that we lack in this team.
Well, I'm overjoyed, Mr. Merriweather. I respect you a lot, sir, and I know you will be of value to this little expedition. And well, we have to see the bright side of this. You all get to board the Orient Express. I hear it's a wonderful experience, and the fastest way to travel around the world nowadays. So well, if there is anything else I can do to help you, we have a few days. Well, we have until Wednesday. If you need to seek more knowledge, maybe I don't know. The only thing I know is that Mencaf and his talks are somewhere in London right now, and they will be trying to get the fest back. I will entrust it with you, and well, it's we have to take it to Constantinople and get rid of him, of it.
Yeah. We'll probably just lay low then for a couple of days if we have to stay in London to wait for this train. Like, I don't think that we should like meet up or like, do you know what I mean? So that they don't get suspect of us.
Well,
And then
That's
also-
yes, that's probably. Maybe it was. Well, uh, we tried. We made quite a splash on that place yesterday, but I don't think the police has many details. Well, they have
it's not the
or
police
start.
it's not the police that I'm worried about.
No, but those people may get information from them. That's my point.
Okay.
Mm.
But I don't think. Well, more maybe they have your names. Well, but they have my name too. Anyway. Anyway, we still have. We are in London. Anyway, we are in the seat of the empire, so we we are safer here than in their turf. We are in. They are in our turf now.
Seat of the Empire. Cool.
So yes, it's the 93. You know, it's that old kind of way of thinking. Yes.
So, so Leah, who's on the throne? Is it a king or a queen? Is it a queen? Is it Queen Victoria?
This
Is it Queen
I
Queen
think
Victoria?
it's
Martin, you're the English one here.
You're
you
the
tell
English
us.
You're
bit
the
in
English
the
guy
student room.
here.
Yeah.
Come on, you should know.
I'm from Manchester, so we
I'll
don't
Google it.
care.
I think it was Queen Victoria.
Yeah.
It's
Was
it's the Victorian era, you know. So I suppose
That's
it's
what I
Queen
thought.
Victoria.
Queen Victoria,
Um,
okay. need to know.
1893. We'll double check. It
Your
was
English
George
part
V.
in the vote.
Oh,
George V was monarch in 1893.
Okay, there's some history. George the Fifth.
Yes. What's called then Victorian era? Well.
I
Well.
think it
Google who
covers
was
the
monarch in
whole-
1893.
yeah.
Is it George V? I don't care. I'm Scottish. It never made any difference
Not
to
my
me.
All right. Well then, my friends, if you want to do any investigations, I will help you wherever we can.
Yeah, so I remember Bill saying that he had a bookshop.
Yes, Bill's books.
So what sort do you all cover? Because I feel like it was going to be some sort of specialist book that we're not going to find in a library, but I feel like we
Well,
need to find a little bit out about this.
my bookshop's your average everyday bookshop for every man. We've got.
But
I'm
would you
working-
know people then who did deal with those type of books?
Well, I'm a bit of a collector myself, though. This is the thing. I've got a bookshop, and it's mostly just what the people want to buy. But I'm a collector, and I'm into antique books.
So
and
I'm asking you,
first edition
I'm asking you about what collection of books that you have that maybe because we're going to have to research this. So
have a
do
look.
you? Huh?
Well,
Come and have a look at my shop. You can see whatever I've got. It's all yours to browse. Like,
well,
to
well,
peruse.
well, Angus. Yes, you have a bookshop, but you don't have the same variety of topics like the library. You don't happen to have laying around a book that will speak about this legend or this myth of the fest. But certainly, and Professor Smith also tells you that, well, if you want to do some research, I suppose the library, the British Museum will be of help. I myself I'm not so well versed into this. I have other researches, but
Very low occult roll. Can I make an occult roll to see if anything that I can think of
well,
attaches to any
you can roll. I'm not going to tell you not to roll.
I would like to check out a library at some point and see. Failed.
Yes, Catherine, that's a good idea. Yes, I think knowledge is power. We should use this time we have to know whatever we can about our enemies and the artifact they seek. So I suppose we don't know much about this Menka fellow, only that he's an evil man and has a bunch of dogs with him. But maybe poor Matthew managed to find out more when he was following him.
So, where was Matthew staying before he ended up in this little detox room?
He was.
If there's anyone talking to you, it's going to be Matthew, eh?
Matthew, well, I suppose we can find out his address. Well, yes.
Check out Matthew's place before we go.
Yes, we can find the little the room he rented. He was just a student, a student who also worked. But yes, we could you could go and see if he left behind something that could help us, okay? And well, I don't know what else.
Could I look at the fez?
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
It's well, the fez doesn't do anything. It's yes, it's blood red. Like looks like it, as if it's caked in blood, but it's not blood. It's just the color it has.
And like kind of turning it, like not touching it directly, but through like a handkerchief. I have like a pocket microscope and stuff. Is there any like labels on the inside or anything like that?
Okay. You want to look it with a microscope? You say? Well, looking
like a
glass.
magnifying glass.
Made in China.
Okay. All right. Well, you look at it closer. It smells very strange. Okay, and you are examining it closer, and you could swear you are hearing whispers coming from somewhere.
What?
And okay. Did you touch the fez? Excuse me. You said you were looking.
Not directly, but like through a handkerchief.
I had it wrapped up when I handed it over there.
Okay.
Yeah, but we burned the wrapping, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, and poked it with the knife.
I still, by the time I handed it over to you, I was still using some cloths or something.
Yeah, this is actually
I'm not touching it. Yeah.
more organized and stuff. Yeah, we've not.
Yeah. Definitely not touching it.
I want to actually taste it. I'm just kidding.
Well, you have to touch it for that. So give me a Constitution roll.
Oh, go on, Grandpa, lick it.
Okay. What do we got here? And no, it's Constitution, not power. But I'm going to take that 19 anyway. What is your Constitution? I suppose it's higher than 19. So you pass. You feel nausea, but it passes quickly, Mr. Merriweather, and
Did I
and
roll
a,
a
f-
tower?
a flash goes into your mind of a monstrous shimmering form out of focus, but it carries a sense of the unspeakable, but it just flashes to your mind. And Professor Smith says, "Oh, Mr. Merriweather, I don't think that's safe, sir."
Ah,
Because he says licking the face. We have to treat this with care. And
I'm gonna give Professor Merriweather one of the Beatrice's dog biscuits and be like, "It's okay, you can eat this."
no, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Are you sure? Like you kind of did a sexual look when you lit the heart. I'm kind of concerned.
No, I'm fine. I wanted to look at it and get a closer feel
Like,
for it.
Tony's like, what did it taste like? Though he's actually very interested. What
actually,
does the death taste like?
it's a awful taste, just like the smell.
Tony's
It's
really
like,
close
you
to
know,
licking it too.
when you fart sometimes and you smell it and you can kind of taste.
Tony knows. Tony knows a lot.
You know those good ones.
Okay.
It's a stupid
Well, but other than that, the fest is not doing anything strange. Just it's there. But yeah, you don't feel really well touching it.
So guys, are we gonna do some investigating out and leave the hat here, or are we taking the hat with us, or what are we gonna do?
I don't feel happy about picking up that evil thing. I already gave it away. Like,
I'm scared it'll get stolen if we leave it with Julius. No offense, Julius.
yeah, yeah, that's absolutely fine, but it's your turn to pick it up.
Uh,
Also,
I want to put
well,
it in a big
you will
box,
have
in
to.
a big box. In a big box.
I
I want to put it in a big box.
Okay, yeah. Well, yes, I suppose that any box, any hat box will serve its purpose. Yes, and
we should secure it in some way, I think. Like,
well, if you want, I can have it secured here in my safe
do you have
until.
do you have a safe in your office or do you have a safe in your shop, Mr. Bill, sorry.
Do you have
Do you
a
have-
safe, Bill, in your shop?
Oh yeah, I have.
Would you feel comfortable keeping this in the safe?
Not really, but it's only safe you've got handy, so.
Well,
think so.
well, friends, I can have it secure in my home, in my safe until you have to depart, if you want.
These people are more likely to know where you are and know
Yeah.
your name than they are the rest of us.
Here's the thing, I would rather it was in his house, but you make a point, so we should lock it up in my safe. I've got a safe for the cash and stuff in my shop, so if you want to lock it up in there, I suppose.
Is that
If we
where your
really
family?
have to.
Is that where your family live there with all your kids?
No,
Okay.
it's not. We live in the next town over. It's about 5, 6, 7
Okay.
miles over there.
Okay.
My shop's in the next town.
Okay.
I go in every day and I unlock shit. My house is not upstairs from my shop.
Okay.
Oh,
can't-
and
we can't
Mr.
cure some
Merriweather,
evil
I forgot
pain.
about this, but you lost 1d6 magic points.
Ooh, from licking. Whoa.
You will regain a magic point each hour. Okay. In any case.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
that's
you're
totally
not
worth it. Still
You're
worth it.
Wizard Charles.
Yes, you feel when you lose magic point, you feel drained, like tired,
More so than usual.
more than usual. Yes.
think I just took a nap during that conversation too, so
Sí.
I'm gonna need another nap soon.
Leo, are there any
Probably.
Leo, are there any other hats in the room? Because I want to see if Merryweather will lick some other hats, like if it's like a thing that he does.
No, I don't think
Well,
Merryweather does much
I'd
leaking.
smack that shit out of your hands so quick.
You
Don't touch
pass,
me.
you pass other hats to Merryweather, but I don't know what he does.
Like it's an Easter bonnet. This one looks cool.
I don't give a crap about that. Don't touch me.
Okay, I'm the dumb one. I've done my bit with the gun. So what do you guys want to do for the investigation?
Okay.
Um,
Well, Smith.
We have
here
used the
with you.
gun.
He says he told you about this guy Matthew. He told you about well, if you can investigate anything more about this fest, and
I think we should go to Matthew's his room or whatever he was renting before. We should go to his one that he had, his student one.
And we're locking up the hat on the way, right? In the safe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and now
Wrapped
before
up in dynamite.
before we begin into this investigation, I have there must be like almost midnight over there, guys. We have been
Yeah.
going at it 3 hours. You want
Yep.
it is a good spot to park the session if you want, or you want to keep going and do the investigation part of this scenario, or you want to do this. I just asking because well, we have been going at
Well,
it 3 hours.
Martin has
I've
work
got tomorrow.
tomorrow,
Yeah,
so
I could do a few more
I don't-
minutes, but yeah, not long.
No,
Maybe
I'm-
20 more minutes, but
If tonight's cut-off point.
no, I think it's a sweet point in the story to stop to.
Yes, because
I'm
a few,
excited.
a few more minutes, we are going to cut it in the middle of the investigation. So
okay.
it's a good. If we are going to cut in a few minutes, it's better to cut the
Okay,
game
okay.
just
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, good call.
Okay. So next Saturday, hopefully, we are going to go full swing of the investigation about the Blood Red
Yeah.
Fest. And well,
Yeah.
I hope you had fun with this little beginning of the prologue of this campaign. And well, we're going to pack the session here. I want to thank everyone watching the streams. We are going to we will see you in the next Saturday for the next chapter. I also will be on stream playing video games, other role-playing games, and other stuff I do during the week. If you want to hang out, and also I wanted to do a big plug for the Discord server, because if you are wondering, just in case you are wondering, where did I find all these fine players? Well, you have to check out the THC Discord server, the Hobby
Yeah.
Club, also known as the Handsome Cunts, and you will find it
The Shaggers.
down below. Oh, well, I don't have a link in my Twitch channel yet, but I do have it in YouTube for this video.
I'll pop it in your Twitch chat right
Pop-
now, Big Shag.
Pop there, plug your
I
the
got it
Discord
already.
server there. You will find all of us there, and many more fine people to play role-playing games, video games, you name it, whatever hobby we nerdy guys like. So,
Yeah.
well, that's it for tonight, and well, see you on the next one.
Thank
Next
you.
time,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye,
Thanks,
everyone.
Leo.
Thanks to you, man. Thanks to you, everyone.